Double Z fold cards, or extended cards as some people call them, don't have to be difficult. In today's video, I'm going to have a free diagram for creating that card super easy. Welcome everyone to another Tuesday tip video. I'm Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Are you ready to learn how to create these double Z fold cards? Great, let's get started. I love creating these double Z fold cards because they stand up, so they kind of have that mantle-worthy look. Guys, I have two cards to share with you. We're going to start with this card, and I've got a unique take featuring the Planted Paradise stamp set. I'll show you this one here in a minute. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I've got a diagram for creating the card to make it really, really easy to do. Let's go over the supplies that you need. So for this card, I'm going to be using Bubble Bath as my card base. Friends, this is 6 3/4 by 8 1/2. We're going to do some cutting and scoring on that here in just a minute. I have a piece of 6x6 Designer Series paper. This is from the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper stack. And then I also have just a little bit of basic white. I have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch, and this is for my sentiment on the front. This is a 1 by 4. We're also going to need some ribbon. About 10 inches of ribbon. I decided to go with the pool party because it's going to match my card so well. Here we go. We're going to start, friends, with the card base. And as I said, I've got some cutting and scoring directions that's going to make this really easy. First things first, we are going to be doing some scoring. So let's make sure our cutting blade is out of the way. I've got the 8 1/2 inches up here at the top, and I am going to score this at 2 1/8 inch and again at 4 1/4 inch. Now we're going to rotate it around. I'm going to put the 6 3/4 up at the top, and we're going to trim off 1 1/4 by 8 1/2. So you can see I just have the 6 3/4 up at the top, and you see those score lines are now built into my Z fold, but my card also has its lines already scored. It's kind of one of my little secret tricks. It's now time to bring in that diagram for cutting our 6x6 Designer Series paper. I love to teach you ways that you're going to use your paper wisely, and this one is awesome. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to cut this down to 5 1/4 inches. Now, you want to make sure you've got your pattern, especially if your paper has a pattern. You're going to want to cut this off of the bottom because I'm going to choose my paper this way. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4. And that is scrap. We're not going to be using that one, but it's going to be a great piece to use on another card. All right, now I can see I'm going to rotate put my 6 inches up here at the top, and we're going to cut 1 7/8 and another one at 1 7/8. And yes, one more at 1 7/8. This little piece here on the end, again, scrap. I'll set it off to the side. But this one, you can see we're going to do some cutting. So I'm going to rotate this around, and we're going to cut these down into 1 inch pieces. So there's 1, 2, and we only need 3 of them. Again, scrap. So this is what we're actually going to be using. So for my card today, I told you I was going to do a unique take with the Planted Paradise stamp set. And I'm going to be using this pot right here, but we're going to create some fun circles. Now you notice the stamp set doesn't have a sentiment in it. So I needed to pull one in, and I decided to use So Sincere, Hope You're Feeling Better Soon. My daughter's down with the flu, so I thought this would be a great card for her. All right, I'm only using one ink pad today, and that is Pool Party. Guys, this is such a fun technique. So here is my pot, but like I said, we're going to create circles. Because it's a photopolymer stamp, it's very easy for me to see, and there is a set of dots right above those flowers. And I'm going to use that to line up my stamp. And you notice I'm stamping right here in the center. I kind of like to start there in the center. All right, now I'm going to do that here on the other side. And one more down on the end. Is that not fun? What a unique way to work with this. All right, as I said, I'm going to do a Hope You're Feeling Better Soon. This is a little 1 by 4. And of course, depending on your sentiment, you might need something longer, but I'm just going to go with it. We are going to be cutting it down. Guys, that's all the stamping we need to do on our card. Remember I told you I had a trick when I showed you how to do the cutting and the scoring on this cardstock? All right, well, now I'm going to show you what that trick was. So hopefully you can see this is how our cardstock was. Remember, we just scored it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4, right? I'm going to take this bottom piece and I'm going to rotate it. And that, friends, is what's going to create our double Z fold. Yeah, don't you love being able to score once, do one cut, and you've got the fancy fold cut and ready to go? Yep, that's how we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to put our card together. I'm going to go ahead and start by adhering my little fun polka dot here on the inside. Once that is adhered, it's time for me to add my double Z fold, all right? Because I did need the inside done first. I'm going to take this tab. This was a little 2 1/8 inch tab. Let's add adhesive here, and I'm simply going to line it up right down here in that bottom corner. So that entire piece is going to adhere down. Make sure we're not getting adhesive here because that floats. Now I'm ready to add the piece here on the side, but you can see we don't want adhesive all the way down here. So I'm actually, friends, I'm just going to put it here on this panel, and you don't want to go more than 1 1/4. And you can see this is going to stretch all the way across, so it's not even a difficult one to put together. There we go, right? Super easy. I'm going to take one strip of my designer series paper, and I'm going to take my pool party ribbon here, and I'm just going to tie it in a knot. By the way, I have another little trick. I put just a little bit of adhesive here on the back of my designer series paper, kind of holds it in place while I work. So we're just going to tie this in a beautiful square knot, right over left and under, pull straight up and down, left over right and under, and only pull what's in your left hand. You'll get a beautiful square knot every time. And now we can add that piece of designer series paper there on the outside. I'm going to take the pool party one, and friends, this one, you see it's going to tuck underneath my Z fold. So make sure you're kind of tucking it under. Of course, you could add this even if you wanted to. You could add it before you did your double Z fold. But I find what I end up doing is I accidentally then go and add that one, and it has to be tucked under. So that's why I do it that way. All right, now I'm going to take one of my fresh freesia, those little 1 7/8. Make sure you're matching up your pattern. And we'll add one of our pool party, just kind of extends that. One more right here. Of course, I'm going to write my message here. You want to make sure it's kind of hidden, but again, another tip. You could flip this over and add an additional 4 by 5 1/4 and write your message there on the back. So if you have something longer to write, that would be my suggestion. You could even come in and add a few of the dots if you wanted, the polka dots. But if you just need just a simple hope you're feeling better soon, this is going to be just right. Now, speaking of feeling better soon, let's grab that tag. And I'm going to use my Banners Pick-a-Punch. I love this one. I'm going to get myself a nice little banner there on the end. Now, I probably am going to want to trim this down. It's a little bit long, so I'm just going to cut that down. I'm going to add a Stampin' Dimensional right there on my card because I like to just kind of give that little bit of lift. And there we go. Again, what a great card to have sitting up. You see how the tag kind of hangs off. Very, very simple to do, especially with those little cutting tricks. And of course, that diagram for the designer series paper.
Don't forget to grab that free download I have for you. That includes the diagram to make cutting and scoring super easy. You'll find it at simplysimplestamping.com, or just look down in the YouTube description for a direct link to today's post. All right, guys, I'm going to share with you one other double Z fold card.
Friends, this card is made exactly the same way, all right? I am just going to teach you how I did this here on the side. You notice on this card, I used all the same designer series paper. I didn't flip it over because, well, I just kind of have a love with those bees. They are so sweet. So this card features the Be My Valentine stamp set. Again, this one does come with a punch. You can order it separately or you can order the punch. Guys, I'm not going to use the punch on this one, but I did absolutely love the sentiments.
I've got 3 ink pads for this card: Sweet Sorbet, Lemon Lime Twist, and my Memento Black. So for this card, my sentiment is going to go up here in the upper right corner. I'll make sure I got plenty of ink on that. You'll always be the one for me. Now we're going to add some flowers, and I think it's probably going to be best if I do these one at a time. So in my Sweet Sorbet, I'm going to stamp a flower. In my Lemon Lime Twist, I'm going to add a stem. You notice I kind of went off the cardstock. I want it that way. Now I'll add another one here, and I just kind of want to be a little random about where they go. And so I'm just going to keep going down till I get to the bottom of my cardstock. And you can see how we're just going to put this card together exactly the same way we did. I do want to point out on this one that I added some rhinestones to the centers of my flowers because I thought it looked great. I used a little bit different ribbon. This is the Sweet Sorbet ribbon. I love you no matter what on my tag. There we go. And again, remember, we can always put that additional piece. We could add another piece right here on the back if you wanted to create more. But when it comes to a Valentine card, we love something that can stand, don't we? And there you go, my friends. Double Z-fold or extended Z-fold cards. They don't have to be hard, not when you've got that diagram, you've got that quick and easy cutting and measuring of the card base. I hope that you'll give this card a try and definitely send it to a friend.
Thank you all so much for being here. If you liked the video, I would love a thumbs up on YouTube. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and get notifications when I'm back with a new video. Make it a great day, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.